Barberry and Reese Berline. We will start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll move on to questions to our student athletes. We will dismiss the student athletes and then head over to questions for Coach. If you are joining us via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function. If you have a question, we'll go get started with opening statement from Coach Ricketts.
I thought we had a quality start from Reese Berline here. We have to make sure we're making plays behind. I think it's kind of been an Achilles heel for us all year. And against a team like Missouri that that they've got the bats up and down their lineup that can get hot at any time. Credit to them. I thought they did a really good job of swinging within their plans. Same thing with Lauren Krings, executing pitches all throughout the game. And I think it was both of us knew that it was a game with a lot on the line for us for postseason implications. So it's good to get, especially our freshman class, that feel of these pressure type games in postseason. But we know we have to really make sure that we're kind of, bringing it every day in all parts, whether it's offense, pitching, and defense, to give ourselves a shot in a tough SEC game like this.
All right, now we'll head over to questions for our student athletes. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we have 2 mics over here around to help with that. So, Paul, do you want to go ahead? Ethan?
Nadia, can you just walk me through the at-bat, the home run, what you were looking for, what you saw?
So after my first at-bat, my first pitch was inside. And so going up my second at-bat, I used my first at-bat as for learning, and was waiting for that inside pitch. And the first pitch was the curveball. So I took that and I was like, okay, like now she needs a strike. And a screwball is her go-to strike. So I was waiting on that and that's what I got. And then I hit it.
Coach, can you talk about your chances with the NCAA tournament at this point? You feel like you needed a win today?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we've known the last few weeks that we've had a lot on the line, and that every game was a big game, especially after our skid there through the SEC. But I think that we truly believe that when we're fully healthy and we've got everybody out there, that we're a postseason quality team. And we hope that our resume, our strength of schedule has shown that the last few weeks, and that we've got some good quad 1 wins against top 25 teams. Now, after that, it's up to the committee and there's not much we can do. And I think, a win today would have helped the resume. So we're kind of going to be, waiting to see what happens across the country and other tournaments, what other Cinderella stories or whatever it might be. But I think for us right now, we're playing probably our best ball all year at the right time. And we're hoping to get, one of our big bats back that we've missed last week as well. But I think when we have everybody out there, we're a much better team than we were showing about a month ago.
Now back to questions for our student athletes.
Reese, when you found out you were getting the ball today, I mean, it's the start of postseason. Coach has already mentioned, there's other things maybe in the back of your mind. Can you walk me through when you found out you were getting the start and when you were in the bullpen warming up and when you stepped out there, kind of what was going through your mind and your emotions?
I was just really excited. I've always wanted to play in the SEC my whole life. So getting to be here in this conference and playing in the tournament was it's like a dream come true for me. And the younger version of myself wouldn't even believe I'm here right now. So it was a lot of excitement, and I really wanted to go out and do good for my team and do the best I could to get us a win and just do my job on the mound. And the environment out there is awesome. Just getting to be here is great. And so I was just really excited to get to play on the field in the postseason in the SEC tournament.
For either athlete, just the experience, you're both freshmen, of getting postseason games like this in such a big environment. Just what's that like?
This is just so cool. Like I just said, and I've always wanted to play at this level. I've always wanted to play in this conference, and to get to actually be here and do it as a freshman, it's something I could have never imagined for myself. And I'm just so blessed and grateful to be here.
And to bounce off of what she said as well, I feel the same way. SEC has always been somewhere I wanted to be. And just being a freshman and being able to start and play in an environment as nice as this one, but also knowing the coaches and the team support you also really helps you stay relaxed in the moment.
Any more questions for our student athletes?
I have one back for Coach. Coach, how many freshmen on your roster play a key role right now, or really young players?
Oh gosh, a lot of them. The 2 arms we threw out there today, both freshmen, Reese and Josie Marin. And then Nadia, who's been hitting top half of our lineup and kind of all over the infield for us all season long. So, and then we've got Macy Graff, brought her in for some late inning defense there. And she's one I think we can continue to mix in down the stretch as well. But some big key players, I think a big part of our future, and just really good to get them this experience. hopefully, and they kind of see the bright lights and everything. And then now they know what it feels like, and let's go out and compete and win and get them that experience early so that as they become sophomores and juniors and seniors, it's not just about the experience, it's about competing and winning. And I think that's ultimately the goal. And they're a very talented class for us, and we're excited about them in the future within the program and what they can do. So I'm just excited that they were able to have the opportunity, and both of them, really show out and do well in the game for us. And hopefully we can kind of surround them with some plays and some pitches and defense behind them, and we can continue to move forward with it.
Questions for you. What's your thoughts about the next step in postseason, and how excited are you to get to that spot?
Very excited. We've had a tough schedule coming into this, and I think we've done well, and we've learned a lot from each other. So I just really look forward to us playing in postseason and looking back from the beginning to now, and how good we've became and how trustworthy we are with each other.
Yeah, I agree. And I look forward to the opportunity to play in the postseason. I think if our team's given the opportunity, we're going to make a really good run. We're very competitive. We have a lot of grit, and we play really well together. So I think we're going to be tough for anywhere we get to go play. And I'm just really looking forward to the opportunity to be in the postseason.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, you two can be dismissed. Any more for Coach?
I thought I was going to get up.
You mentioned some of it earlier, but I'm just curious if you got to make your elevator pitch to the committee, if you got to say, okay, here's why you should put us in. What is that pitch? What's your message to the committee on why they should put you in the tournament?
I think, kind of going off what I said earlier, I think when we're at full strength, which just through kind of this season has felt like a series of unfortunate events at times, between if it's not injuries or concussion, it's just, family, deaths in the family, or other things that players are leaving for at inopportune times. And, for me, that's not my call. If they feel like they need to be at home and they need to go home for something, whatever that might be, I'm going to respect that. And I know that, for them, their family comes first, and that's big for us. But after that, I just think, like Reese said, we learned a lot through, especially our skid through the SEC. And once we kind of got all the pieces back together, Josie Marin was a big part of it that we missed for about a month. Shea Moreno missed the first half of the season. And I think when we have everybody out there, all the pieces in place, we know we can compete. We know that we're gritty, that we're battle tested. We've kind of joked that, hey, there's really nothing you can throw at us that we haven't seen after, the last month or so that we've had. So I think we're battle tested. We played a tough schedule. We've played ton of top 50, top 75 teams. I think we've got 9 wins against the top 50 and 4 in the top 25 in the RPI. So, we're always going to play a tough schedule. And I think the SEC is just going to add to that year after year. And it's we always look at it as the best conference in the country for a reason, because every weekend's like a super regional, and you get to face the best of the best. And there's never a weekend where you feel like you can get right or get on a roll. You have to be ready to go and compete like it is a super regional for 8 straight weekends. And it's a grind. And I think every coach in this league will tell you that, because nobody really stays hot for all 8 weeks. There's the tough weekends. There's the weekends where you kind of have to bounce back from. And really, I just think mentally it can be a lot. And I'm proud of this group, particularly the young ones who've learned a lot through that grind for us, and have just really matured and grown out there, along with some big key support from some seniors. And I think, Chloe's another one. She was out for a few weeks, kind of the start of our 14-game skid. She went down with a knee injury. So, I think when we're healthy, when we're all out there, because of the strength of the schedule we played, I think our strength schedule is in the top 25, along with our key wins, our top 50 wins, top 25. I do think we're a team that can compete in the postseason if we're given the opportunity.
Any more questions? Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks all.